Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Group Chat. This week, a silent thumbs up. This week, we are talking Pusha T and Drake.
Yes.
We have an update.
Lots.
Kinda.
We're
also talking Apple Developers Conference is going on right now. We have all the updates on all the new products, software, and new ways that they can drain your battery even faster.
Yes.
Last but not least, Billions, our favorite show of the moment, is arguably the new Entourage, but we'll get into why or why not. Lastly, at the end of the episode, we're doing a super duper, super collab giveaway. So stay tuned to the end of the episode for that. Guys, here's a new episode. Let's do it. All right, we are back. Welcome to Group Chat. I am your co-host, Drama. I am the co-founder and CEO of Young and Reckless Clothing, and I am also the host of the Short Story Long podcast, everywhere where podcasts exist. And this is Dee.
What's up, guys? Dee Murthy here, co-founder of Menlo Club and founder of a new vlog that is popping all over YouTube.
The proud father of a brand new vlog.
Yeah, vlog life.
That's blowing up YouTube.
Vlog daddy.
Vlog daddy. I like that. Where do they find the vlog? What's the name?
It's called YouTube.
Heard of it?
Yes.
What about what do you type in when you get there?
DEEEMURTHY, and you'll find me.
There he is.
Thank
Get
you.
in early.
Let's go.
Okay, let's get into it. Pusha T and Drake. I mean, lots of feelings.
Yeah.
We did a special episode on Friday because we were so early wrong and outdated on our Tuesday episode.
Yeah.
So we cleared it all up on Friday.
Yeah.
But still on Monday, we don't have any, there's no
Kanye
music.
deaded it. He put out that tweet saying...
But does Kanye's word really matter?
Yeah. He's Jesus.
He's like, oh, love.
Yeah. So he's just saying it's over. And then you saw that Jay Prince called into a radio station and said that he had told Drake not to respond.
Yep.
And that apparently Drake had a 100K out for any info on Pusha.
Yeah.
And that Jay Prince said it's not worth it. Don't do it.
You want to know what I don't like about the Kanye thing is it feels like if you're about to get in a fight with your friends, and your friend punches a guy, and then you're like, all right, let's stop this.
But strategically, it was a good move.
Because he was about to get the worst of it.
Yes.
Give it to him, man. Give it to Kanye.
And then Jay Prince said no.
I know. Jay Prince actually probably has a say over Drake.
Yeah. Isn't he signed to him in some weird way?
Yeah, it's just some old Houston
gang
OG stuff that I think he would really listen.
Yeah.
I don't think he would just disregard, but man, you can't, he can't do nothing.
I think he's going to do nothing. I'm sure there'll be some slight jabs on his album that's coming out.
No, slight jabs won't do it. I wanted Apple Music front page takeover, playing in the clubs, Pusha T's a dork, you know? And because here's the thing, here's what I said.
Everyone else this weekend, everyone was like, Pusha won.
Yes. And what I'm saying is this, I think arguably Pusha won, right? So Pusha's response was so good and so harsh and really worked. But the one thing that I kept saying that Drake could do that Pusha can't is make a hit record.
Yeah.
Back to Back was in clubs, it was in bowling alleys, it was in restaurants, it was everywhere you went. And so it felt like Meek was just getting destroyed in every venue you went into.
Yeah.
Drake has the power to do that to Pusha and to Kanye and to everyone. But what if he doesn't do it?
I don't think he's going to do it. And I think Kanye has a lot of momentum right now. So
steal it.
He's got 1 through 7 are obviously on every streaming, every chart is Kanye
Knock
albums.
it off. One big record.
You know what I realized also, going back to Kanye, on, his numbers are coming out. First week sales is equivalent to 175,000, they're saying.
Yeah.
Which is, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago in Migos, or a couple months ago when Migos released the album. It was 43 songs or whatever it was. So that helps you look like you sold, because the streaming counts towards your album sold. Because Kanye only has 7 songs, it actually makes his album look less successful than it actually is.
But here's the argument. Aren't people just replaying it?
Yeah, but it's minutes streamed, right?
I
That
know,
goes
but I'm
towards-
saying instead of like going through 43 and getting bored, strategically, aren't you just repeating the 7 over and over? That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, so then the numbers are shocking.
What was his numbers?
They're saying actual hard copies sold will be 70 to 80,000, and then with the streams, they're saying 175,000 first
So
week.
less than Post Malone.
Post Malone was 456,000.
Come on, Drake.
So,
Get them while they're down.
but Post had a lot of songs.
But mention the number. 175? I do that in a day.
I don't
Sorry.
know.
Yay. Right?
I don't know. I mean, but I actually think it's a function of how they're counting record sales now, as opposed to are people not listening to Kanye? There's no way.
Who's not going to do 175 first week, no matter how you count it?
Yeah.
Aubrey.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, Aubrey will have 15 songs.
It's fine. Just
I
saying.
did enjoy his father coming out of Delilah.
With John.
Yeah, which is really good.
And said he didn't know about the baby. Hey, man. I don't know. Apparently the baby's secret.
Yeah.
Well.
No, it's good. I mean, and I'm going to tell you, that Kanye album is fire. I have not stopped listening to it.
Yeah, I get it.
It's really good.
I don't like his brand.
And even Ghost Town, now I see, like, Ghost Town's going to be such a special song. And, like,
Which one was Ghost Town?
with the one with Cudi.
Oh. I'm curious to see how the Cudi album will be. My favorite one is, I think it's called Violent Crimes. The one about his daughter.
Yeah.
That was good. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm still, the things I'm waiting on is Drake going to put out music?
Yeah.
And how will the Kanye thing age? How will the Kanye brand age? Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of backlash online, and I am part of it. Well, I'm not commenting on blogs. But
Yeah, you weirdo.
you get the point. Okay, next up. Our first lady, Kim Kardashian, visited the White House.
She is our first lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Melania's missing, so so
I'm telling you, they did some shady shit with Melania.
she's stuffed somewhere.
Yeah, like what? I understand she had like a kidney issue,
Or did she?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's
conspiracy is good.
yeah, through the roof. Okay, so she goes to the White House. I have really mixed feelings on this too, and I listened to a lot of podcasts and stuff about it over the week. What's your feelings about? So she went because there's this particular lady. Do you remember her name?
No.
Okay, all the publicity didn't work.
Yeah.
There's this particular lady that she is really invested in getting out of jail.
Yeah.
That was imprisoned wrongly. I believe it was for a drug offense years ago. Now the lady's old, and it's just ridiculous,
Yep.
right? And so in turn, she's also kind of stacking on prison reform as a whole.
Yep.
It sounds like, and from what I hear, it sounds like she's actually super invested in it. She does spend a lot of time on it, and whether you like it or not, she is in the White House. She is taking pictures. I mean, she is doing something.
Alice Marie Johnson was her name.
That's
I
it.
looked it up.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Because it's Kim Kardashian, it gets perceived the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of in the way people are criticizing her, like New York posted the article Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
And
Which is funny.
It's funny, yeah, I agree. But the problem is it's kind of like a shut up and dribble for Kim Kardashian. And these people have a platform. If they choose to want to help someone, why not
But
help
this is
that
what
person?
you want.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather this over like skinny lollipops or whatever the hell else she does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's exactly what you want. Like build up your fame for nothing. I don't care, but then use it for a good reason.
But you can't win in today's society. And that's part of what Kanye is saying in his rants. It got he went off on different topics, but the centralized theme to me was like, you can't actually speak freely anymore.
Yeah.
And like Kim trying to do something good for some other person, why is that negative in any way?
I get it. It's just that people see an image of Kim Kardashian and our president Donald Trump, and it looks like a Simpsons episode.
Yeah.
And it's more like this is such a joke. This is what it's actually come to. I get that. I get it.
Yeah.
And I get that there are people who work really, really hard on prison reform 24/7 and never get hurt.
Yeah, well, you don't have the clout. So why don't the people that actually work on it and realize Kim Kardashian brought so much attention to prison reform.
Yeah.
Why don't we hop on the bandwagon and use it? And that's like that's why the politics right now is so frustrating, is because I'm equally annoyed with liberal people as I am with conservative people.
Yeah.
They're both insane when they.
Well, everyone's insane now.
You can't talk about anything. You can't credit. I'm just like, shut up.
Yeah, I get it. I think like movements should start using the same strategy that brands do, right?
Yeah.
You build a brand, it stands for something, it means something, it's all its work. You go find a good ambassador for it that has a megaphone, that is usually a celebrity.
Yeah.
You inform them on what you're even doing, and then you partner and do something, because you need the skills and the education mixed with the megaphone. And I think that if Kim, I don't know what she's doing exactly, but if she's teaming up with anyone who has a real like history of working on prison reform, I can't really be mad at it. I tried to be mad at it and like find the reason why, and you got to fight fire with fire.
It really annoyed me how people were talking. I thought that's actually sexist, the way they were treating her.
Yep.
And you know, it's just like she's trying to do something good. Like, let her do it. Like, she's representing something positive. Support her.
Do you think she gets her out? I think Trump wants the press.
I think Trump is, you know, he wants to pardon everyone.
Yeah.
Martha Stewart's on the list. He pardoned Dinesh D'Souza, who's a jackass.
Well, how do you pardon? He's just pardoning her record?
No. Oh, who, Martha Stewart?
Yeah.
He said that you know, the president has the pardon power, which if you go kill someone and you get life in prison, death row, whatever, he can say, you know what? You're free.
Yeah. But my point is, Martha Stewart is not in jail, right?
No, but she has a record.
Yeah, so he just pardons her record.
Yeah.
Man, that's cool. You know he's got one saved for himself.
Well, that's what he tweeted out today and said, you know, I could just pardon myself. He tweeted out.
Imagine just like you walk into jail and like, here you go. Thank you, Mr. President.
So there's a lot of discussion over that because people are now talking about like, if Mueller goes after him and something does happen, he could technically just pardon himself. So I guess all the legal scholars will have to figure out, where do you draw the line? Can he just do whatever he wants? Because this is the problem when talking like that. Let's just say you can do it. You're talking like a dictator.
Yeah.
Put me in, say I did it. I'll just say I didn't.
Man, he's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy, and I don't want to get caught up too much on Trump and politics and stuff like that, but the pardoning thing is pretty funny.
Where did he say it? He said it on Twitter?
Today, yeah, this morning.
Good for him.
And he's got the list of people he wants to pardon. It's hysterical. It's literally like a game show of criminals.
That's why I think he'll pardon that lady, because he wants the press from the Kardashians.
Yeah.
I just wish good old Yeezus would have went to the White House and talked about Chicago. Kim. No, or go. I don't care. But like, what I hated the most is you did all the talking and didn't do any of the action. At least Kim went there.
That's true.
I hate that. Anywho, hopefully Drake takes care of it for us. Next up, Roseanne and Ambien collab.
Yeah.
Big news.
Should definitely put her in an ad.
Well, you know what's amazing is they wrote back to her and they said, while we do have many side effects, racism is not one of them. Which is incredible. And props to them for addressing it that way. Yeah. Because it was hilarious and the right thing to do. But, I mean, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I think it's one of these things that you can now use mental illness as a scapegoat to why you act a certain way.
Yeah.
You know? But
that's not mental illness.
Well, she's...
That's drugs.
Her PR, her surroundings are saying it's a mental illness thing. And Ambien is a cause of stress. You know, like whatever. Like all the weird side effects and stuff like that. I mean, Ambien is a sleeping pill, not a...
But I'll tell you what, when you don't fall asleep, you get real kooky.
I'll tell you, when I don't sleep, like I didn't sleep well last night because Dom was screaming his head off. Yeah. And I'm a little cranky.
But no, let me tell you something. Pop an Ambien. Yeah. Then don't fall asleep. And you'll like wake up to like carrying Dom around the living room, not knowing how you got there.
I've never had Ambien.
I'm not excusing it. I'm not saying it does not make you racist. Yeah. But it definitely makes you a little wacko. The point is, she's a wacko, not like this perfectly straight human being that had a bad Ambien trip, right? Yeah. My point is, the one thing that was brought up a lot over the week that I paid attention to was, she's always been this way. Yeah. She's been tweeting this way. She's been talking this way. And it's kind of like...
So let me ask you a question. Yeah. Because I was thinking about it just from a brand, a person. She's a brand, right? A very powerful brand. Yep. Could she say, you know what? I've always been like this. I clearly have an issue. I'm not sure why I'm like this.
Yeah.
I'm going to go seek help. If
Like
she
a
said
racism intervention?
a racism intervention, you go and get help, and she goes, sees a therapist and gets out all those demons. She obviously has some weird anger for some reason. Does the public give you a pass if you do that?
If she does it as a YouTube series like Will Smith. If she does a YouTube series that's called like Exercising My Racism, right? And or any sort of series. Like literally says, I realize I have a problem. Yeah. Broadcast that and says, this is what I've learned. Absolutely, she should get a pass. But if she just goes away for 3 months to Hawaii and comes back and says, guys, you won't believe it, I love everyone now.
Yeah, that's where I think, like, because we're in an era where a lot of people a lot of men, a lot of women, a lot of people, like last week, Samantha Bee on, she got taken.
I will say that kind of bothers me. Like, I think she should be fired.
So here's the thing. I agree with why people are upset, but it's at the discretion of the employer what they want to preach. Yeah. Right? So the head of ABC programming is an African-American woman. Yep. So she's like, I'm not putting up with this shit. Yep. You're gone. Bye, Felicia. Yep. The TBS people may be like, you know what? We stand for that. Because they were saying Bill Maher should get fired too, because Bill Maher called. But it's on HBO. Yep. And HBO is okay with that type of content. And they're known to be more liberal. Yeah. So the thing is it's like Fox News says the craziest stuff all the time. Yeah. I don't think they should fire their commentators. That's what they preach.
You're right. Let me just say this. Let me reel that back and say this. I understand the argument. Mm-hmm. The one thing that is true is, like it or not, calling someone the C word is just not as fundamentally wrong as racism. Mm-hmm. As saying that a black lady looks like she's from Planet of the Apes. It's just not the same. Yeah. So that is one thing that I agree. I do think, though, one thing that I understand is sort of the liberal world excusing really hateful speech back to them isn't necessarily right either. Right? Like, I think you got to fight it with intelligent responses and like, you got to take the higher ground a little bit. Yeah. So I'm not saying, I reel it back. I'm not saying she should be fired. I'm not saying it's even. But I will say that one thing that bothers me is, like, some of these people say really messed up stuff back to them. And so all that's doing is giving all of them ammunition to be like, see, you're doing the same thing we're doing.
No, I agree with that. And I'm not saying Samantha Bee should be fired or not fired. I don't really know, what the network's feeling on type of content they're putting out. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, Fox News commentators say crazy stuff all the time. They're not fired. They're a conservative network. That's the message they want to push. Yep. Alex Jones says the craziest stuff. Steve Bannon says, Breitbart says crazy stuff. Like, liberal networks want to say whatever they want to do. It's all free speech at the end of the day, and it's up to the discretion of the employer if they are okay with it or not. That's all my opinion is.
Fair. Okay, well,
we'll see.
She's done.
Yeah.
And I think we're better off without her.
Okay.
I think as a whole, she's just a hateful person.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, let's talk developer conference.
Yes.
We got new products. We got new battery drainers. We got new notches on our stupid little iPhone. What do we got?
So Apple, WWDC, Apple. Worldwide Developer Conference, is happening actually right now. It's still live. Uh-huh. They're dropping a ton of new features. So the first feature is they're tracking your use in apps. The time use. So the thing that you're using, I think Moment. So now that's going to be integrated into the iOS.
That's so cool and interesting.
Well, it's funny because I read a really interesting perspective from a writer who goes, of course, Apple and Google are the first to provide you this because they know their apps are so utilitarian and part of everyday life. Yeah. Whereas Facebook and Instagram, which is they're all competing against, could be deemed as waste of time. Yeah. So all they're doing is showing you you're wasting too much time on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah. You should be more productive. Apple and Google have more productivity apps than anyone. So it's like pretty interesting that that's the two companies that benefit from you identifying that all of these apps are useless is giving you the tools to track it. Yeah. So that's one. Then the other one, which I'm not ecstatic about because it competes with the company we invested in, is Apple is now letting you FaceTime with 32 simultaneous people, which is the competition to House Party. Yep. Which I always was worried. I was like, FaceTime's eventually just going to let you FaceTime with as many people as you want.
But what about like, I mean, the cool thing about, I wonder what the discovery, because the cool thing about House Party is like it has all the alerts and so it's here. Do you want to join the party?
Yeah.
Like that is a kind of cool thing. Do you know if they do anything like that yet? Or?
I don't know. I mean, it just got announced, so we'll play around with it. And then during the FaceTime, they're giving you emojis, which is pretty cool.
That you can send during
Memojis.
Oh. So you can be like the little puppy while you're FaceTiming. Which
is kind of cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then they don't give it any new big news on like a new phone or anything, right?
Well, it's still going on, so we don't know.
Okay.
They may release a new phone. The other interesting feature is Siri is finally getting a little smarter, and it's going to be pretty much similar to an Alexa, Google Home type stuff.
So it's going to be listening to everything.
Yeah. I mean, Siri's definitely listening to everything.
So there's no escaping this.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, like you're not going to be able to say I'm getting rid of my Alexa and solve the problem.
I disabled Siri on my phone.
Me too, but it's still probably
So
listening.
they said that 10 billion requests have been made on Siri. I don't know one person that's ever made a request on Siri.
I know a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
What are they saying?
Hey Siri, call
Oh, that's what they...
Jimmy.
But like the problem I have with the use case for Siri is I'm always around people.
Yep.
I might be like, hey Siri, call drama right now, and there's like 17 people standing here
we get it, dude. And the worst thing is you hit it on accident and it says like, what? Call D? And they're like, man, I hate D. Like that can happen real easy.
So they're going all in on Siri, trying to make it more productive, like your travel, your directions, how much time do I have to get to the meeting, stuff like that. It's interesting.
That's cool.
Then the other one I thought was interesting is there's an update for Watch, which is going to be called the Gym Kit, which will now be able to track hiking and measure your heart rate and your elevation gain to know that you're hiking. Pace alerts for running, which is awesome because I love that.
Oh, when you go slower or faster?
Yeah.
It says like, hey, you're slowing down, fat boy.
Something like that. I don't know to that effect. And then yoga will also, I guess they have a way to track yoga with your heart rate.
That's cool.
So I think that's cool. Apple Podcast app is coming to Apple Watch.
Nice.
Which is big.
Nice.
So now you can click on group chat and short story long from your phone.
Yep.
And then Apple TV is saying that you can now... we'll have zero sign-in, and because it's going to be connected to your cable broadband, which is so annoying for me because I'll go on like ABC or ESPN, and I don't know, login password. You know how hard it is to type an Apple TV?
Yeah.
So now they're saying you just connect to your like DirecTV or your cable or whatever, and you're good.
I don't even have DirecTV anymore though. I just have Apple TV.
You can't just watch TV?
No, my building has like TV, but not crappy TV, but not like DirecTV. I don't have like a cable box, but whatever, it doesn't matter. The point is, cool. If you do have it that normal way, I just think that the way that it's going, all cable boxes and stuff are going to be.
Yeah, I agree. So we'll see. But at least for those of us like that, they're still. So there's a ton more coming. Keep a lookout for it. It'll probably all be posted by the end of the day Monday.
That's great. I still love, they still just do a great job.
Yeah.
You know? Even though I think there's like some red flags, I think as a whole, they just crush it. Okay, next up, your article on The Cut.
Yeah.
You know, tell me about it.
This is a really fascinating story. My brother sent it to me. Mm-hmm. So The Cut and New York Magazine posted an article about a girl named Anna Delvey who pretty much showed up in New York City and scammed her way through New York. She came to 11 Howard, which is actually the hotel I stay at in New York, which is really funny. Uh-huh. It's in Soho. It's on like Howard and Lafayette, and it's a brand new hotel that just opened, and she kind of came in right when it opened, and because of their procedures or they were just kind of disheveled, she never laid a credit card down. Uh-huh. And she ended up befriending the concierge person. And she would tip $100 to the front doorman, the concierge people. So everyone was very helpful to her, making arrangements, introducing her to people. Anyways, this article is about the concierge and this girl. And this concierge gives how she pretty much scammed not the concierge, but this girl, Anna, scammed her way through New York City, saying that she was building a members-only club in New York with big financing from people and opening them up in Dubai and Miami and, you know, all over the world. Yeah. And would have meetings and restaurants at, like, Lake Cuckoo is the, like, really cool restaurant in 11 Howard. And because it was a room charge, she just kept billing it. She then ends up meeting financiers and investors. She has these dinners, and like Martin Shkreli, the douchebag pharma guy, farmer bro, he's there. She ends up in this weird scene in New York of like movers and shakers, restaurateurs, club promoters, and she becomes kind of like this socialite in New York, but never pays for anything. She just kind of scams her way. She got Blade, the helicopter company, to get her to go to Warren Buffett's Omaha conference last year, $35,000 trip that she never paid for. Long story short, you should read it. It's a really long article, but what got me really interested about it, New York is one of those places where you can scam people. Yeah. I don't feel like, though, like, we know who the scammers are in LA. Yeah. You know when people just show up and start spending money? Yeah. So people just started assuming. She went and said, oh, I'm from Russia and my dad does this, my dad does that, and made up this whole story on how her family is this wealthy family, and no one could verify it. Remember when we would meet someone from another country and be like, oh, they're German billionaires, blah, blah. And it could all be fake. Yeah. And in New York, because it's such a transient city and not many people are from Manhattan, right? So all these people from all over come, all over the world, and people are spending money. You don't know who's who, what's what. Yeah. Whereas in LA, there's like this core group of people that are actually from LA. Like I'm from LA, and like whenever anyone comes and all of a sudden starts spending money, we either know how you got your money, or there's something off. Drug dealer, you know, something is shady because so many people have come and gone, or they're fronting.
But people here scam to like hang out with celebrities. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't scam on that level. Yeah. You can't come here and say like, oh, I'm in finance and I'm raising money for blah, blah, blah. Yeah. You can say like, oh, I'm the son of David Hasselhoff's third wife.
And then you're just doing it to get in the clubs and
just hang out at cool after parties. That's like the LA style.
Yeah, that's true. It's like harmless scamming.
Yeah, we know a couple of those, right? Yeah, think of the ones that are always at the tables and you're like, who is this guy?
Like they've never paid for dinner, they've never paid for drinks. Never once. It's funny because I have obviously people in my social circle who never pull out their credit card. Yeah. And I'm always just like, how do you get by?
Exactly that way. If you never pull out your credit card, here's the thing.
But you never get called out.
No, because you hang out with people like you that are just nice enough and doing well enough to not want to make it a scene.
Just like, whatever, I got it.
Yeah, and then you just become that guy. Yeah. It's like, oh, I don't know, it's the guy. He does something. Yeah. His parents or something. Yeah, exactly. He always hangs out with Haley Baldwin.
Yeah. There's so many guys like that all over LA and New York and Miami.
100%.
And the article's super interesting. She even got like a loan from Fortress Investment and Private Equity that she used to pay off, you know, some of our hotel bills, some of our friends' bill. And finally, this 25-year-old concierge was like, holy crap, this girl's a scammer. She couldn't even pay for dinner. She just had credit cards on her Apple Notes, and she was just using it to pay for things. So it's a really fascinating story, and I've experienced it in New York City with someone. I'm not going to mention their name because they're in jail. But like, I remember this guy never paid for anything, and I was under the impression that he was some big shot, and I was like, oh, this guy is a scammer. Yeah, fake assistants, fake everything. The whole thing's fake. It's really it's a movie.
It works.
It's Catch Me If You Can, 2018.
Here's the lesson learned. Number one, read the article. Number two, if you're trying to be a scammer, New York's the better place to go.
Yeah. Well, speaking of scammers, our next guy's a scammer too.
Speaking of scammers, this clown. Yeah. What's this guy's name?
Brian Colangelo.
Okay, Brian Colangelo. Snaky little scammer. Twitter fingers. Yeah. The Philadelphia 76ers general manager. Yeah. Turns out, has this been 100% verified yet or no?
So he's not admitting it.
That's fine, of course.
So they're obviously doing, the Ringer is the one that released the information.
Yeah. So the information is that he has fake Twitter accounts.
Burner accounts.
Where he hates on his own players,
his own staff.
He hated on what's his name?
Joel Embiid.
He hated on Joel Embiid really hard. Yeah. He said one time that he hung out with Dwayne Wade
and Gabrielle Union,
and they were shockingly rude and awful people. And it came right back to him because he's the only one that's in that, right?
So they're checking his IP and they're confirming. I mean, now they're saying that it tracks to his wife's phone. and that maybe he was his wife, which is bullshit.
Sure. Watch, he's gonna throw his poor little wife under the bus.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's just a super big hater.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I don't know. She's always been a little weird. I didn't know she was a hater.
This is crazy to me that this old dude has.
That's how I felt about Kevin Durant. Like, how
Kevin Durant, at least he's a kid.
You're a superstar. Okay, true. Fine. Whatever. The point is, how the heck? Like, if my 14-year-old cousin called me and was like, oh, yeah, you know, I have a fake account so I can hate back on the haters, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you're a moron.
Yeah.
These are grown people. It's crazy. I just don't understand. I think it's like a new form of, speaking of Roseanne mental illness, this is a new form of mental illness that we need to look into.
Yeah.
I haven't named it yet.
Yeah.
We'll circle back next week. But, like, why?
I want to know how many people are doing this.
Lots,
right?
Shocking number.
Yeah. Just fake accounts saying fake nonsense.
It's just...
This is the biggest challenge for social media with news is you got to verify who's saying it. Now, having a blue check and being verified actually means something because we need to know the source of where this information is coming from at all times. Yeah. Like, I think almost every person on the internet should be verified on these types of social media, especially things like Twitter, which can prove to be dangerous.
Yeah. I wish it was like
I want to know who said it. It's Joanne from Minnesota, and this is her picture.
But here's the real lesson. The real lesson is, it just extra proves why you cannot give a single crap about what's going on in, like, comments or YouTube comments. Or you just can't, because it's not only this guy actually holds some weight and is still acting like a clown. It's like a 16-year-old that has a fake account, right? So it just proves you can't. I mean, they never use these for, like, news stories or anything, but you just can't. There's such an element of this social media thing that's such a joke. But my question is, what is wrong with this grown man that he feels the need to vent this anger like a Twitter troll?
Yeah, because there's probably commentary on, oh, the Sixers are falling apart, and he's seeing some reporter on the Ringer say something, and he's trying, like, I gotta defend myself. And
so
what do you
make
do?
up a name, Stevie12487. Like, I hate Joel Embiid. Blame him.
Yeah. It's nuts.
It is nuts. It's a sickness.
You know what sucks is the Sixers are such a great team and a great organization that was on the up and up. They got Meek Mill out. Michael Rubin got Meek Mill out, and it was like on the up and up. Yeah. And then this clown. What's crazy is obviously it's going to be tough to prove and verify this unless Twitter gets involved, I would assume. I don't know what the privacy and how do you share this information if this is real or not.
Yeah.
But this guy shouldn't have a job.
No, clearly. Okay. Next up, Billions. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Billions, it's on Showtime. It's about a hedge fund billionaire. It's Brody from Homeland. Yep. Who has a British accent, but we never hear it.
Not as a hedge fund billionaire.
Not as a hedge fund billionaire.
Paid to get that.
It's actually lightly based on Steve Cohen from SAC Capital, and his kind of way he's operated his fund for the last 15, 20 years. So I think it's, there's a lot of reality to it. And I was watching it last night. You watched last night's episode?
Sure did.
And it reminded me, especially last night, it reminded me of Entourage. Yeah. Because it had all the popular culture kind of references. Mm-hmm. They were at Salt Bay.
Yep. Salt Bay had opening shot.
Yeah, opening shot, Salt Bay. Then the women, when they're at the bar, Bobby Axelrod's ex-wife and the lawyer, who are like the two powerful women in the show, order Casamigo Rocks. And I was like, yeah. That was great.
That's right up your alley.
Yeah, I was like, all right. Then when they're celebrating at the end, it brings 1942.
Yep.
They go eat dinner at Peter Luger.
Yep. Kevin Durant made an appearance.
Kevin Durant. They just have all the right restaurants. They're at the right places. Yep. They're just referencing all the cool things happening in New York. Yep. They reference crypto. Like every episode, there's a crypto reference. Yep. Just things that are happening in popular culture. And I was like, there isn't another show right now that at least I watch that has all those like relevant, on-trend references.
No, I think like Silicon Valley did that a little bit.
Okay.
But not like this.
It's cooler.
Way cooler. Way cooler. I think it's 100% is that approach. I love that approach. The only difference is Entourage was like every young kid's dream, and the references were kind of more like
younger,
general LA, where this is like the life of a billionaire.
Yeah.
You know, like sure they touch on Casamigos and stuff like that people can relate to, but like they do it in a cool way that makes you almost feel like you're watching this billionaire's life. Yeah. It's cool though.
And the one thing I don't like about it is the music. Because it's maybe the creators into rock and roll. Oh yeah. So it's heavy Metallica, heavy.
But that's what's his name? That's Axelrod is always wearing like Metallica shirts and driving around.
So maybe that's Steve Cohen in real life.
Maybe
he's into rock.
I don't think many hedge fund managers are rap fans.
I bet you the new ones are.
I wonder. I'd like to get a survey of that.
I bet you look at Martin Shkreli.
He's a clown.
He had the Carter 5.
Yeah, but he's not a hedge fund manager. He's a weird, rare.
But I'm saying young, new private equity guys who are in their 30s and 40s grew up on rap.
Yeah, I want to know if the bosses, the Axelrods, I'm sure the employees are. Yeah, that's why I like him. That's why I think he's great. Yeah,
he's with Nas, Kanye. He's with all those guys.
Is that common though?
I think so. I just think he's older. So he's still in that rock and roll. But Entourage was so good at breaking new music, new rap music specifically. Right.
But that was only...
And there's no new rock music that these guys are breaking, at least I'm not aware of. But I'm not downloading any music off the song.
Yeah. I think that was Scott Venner, who just he cared about that and just did a good job doing that and said, I have a platform to actually... Like he was passionate about it. Not just like, I'm going to place good music on a show.
Yeah.
But anyway, whatever. You're not going to break a new Metallica song. Next up. Trumpy Trump.
Well, we kind of already touched on it. The pardons.
Yeah, Oh, yeah, you did. So we're pardoning everyone, including ourselves. You got a little pardon slip in your pocket at all times.
Get out of jail. If you're a celebrity, this is the time. If you're a celebrity and you're close with Donald.
Yeah. If you're like Ted Nugent, you could literally do anything.
You could go shoot someone.
He could go literally on a killing spree and be like, come on, Ted. Take this IOU.
If you helped him get elected, you can go.
Yeah, easy. Okay, March for Our Lives.
Yeah.
They're going on a tour?
Yeah.
What do they do? This is cool because I was really curious. We both were.
Momentum.
Like, what do we get it. You have this moment, and the March for Our Lives rally was insane, but how do you keep this up and actually make lasting change? This seems to be the first attempt.
So they're going on, I think, a 60-city tour, and their whole goal here is to help on voter registration. It looks like 60 cities, 60 days bus tour. Mm-hmm. And they really are focusing on because it's summer and they need to get to the young kids. Let's go stop in all these locations all over the country and get these kids to vote. And they just graduated yesterday. Or is this morning?
I think it was yesterday.
Yeah. So
there's videos from it all. Oh, it could be today because of the time delay, but there's videos of it all over the.
So now that Emma and David Hogg and all these guys just graduated, this crew is now heading out for voter registration. So, like, to me, this is actually like the good follow-up to what they've been doing, because you can talk about gun reform all you want, but if you don't get people to vote, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. So this is actually very smart and strategic next move. Yeah. Like, let's actually execute on these ideas, and if they can go get hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people to register to vote because of this, then they can actually have a shot at making some serious legislation change. Yeah. And I was just excited to see that they actually are continuing to follow through with it.
Yeah, I hope it works. I just hope they can keep the momentum. I hope they work with the right people.
And they come to our city, we'll come out.
Yes, we will.
We want to see you.
Okay, well, good luck to them. Yeah. Microsoft has bought GitHub for $7.5 billion. I'm not very familiar with GitHub. What is it and why is this a big deal?
So you and I would never use it because we're not software developers.
We sure aren't.
So it is just a repository for software developers to help collaborate with each other. There's a lot of use cases for it for software developers, but it got started because open source, which means like it's an open code and everyone can collaborate and a product can improve based on that. Yeah. That's how it started, and all these engineers from all over the world would collaborate on projects. And if 5-4 is working on something, and then an engineer in Portugal who we have can work with us on the project, blah blah. It became extremely popular and the go-to source for all developers to use for this purpose. Microsoft, who is historically known as being very like anti-open source. I have really bad allergies today.
You're just really sad about this transaction. Listen, 7.5 billion.
But so Microsoft has always been anti-open source and not very progressive with software developers on this topic. But this is a big deal because now they're showing that they're actually they've evolved as a big company. And the real reason I wanted to talk about it was we always talk about all these big companies trying, like Walmart I think is trying, Microsoft is clearly trying. Microsoft has bought now LinkedIn, these guys. Yeah. They're such a big force in gaming. These are all not inherently in their DNA from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So they've evolved, and I think GitHub is just another example of them evolving and showing that, we're ready to play with the times. And kudos to their CEO for continuing to evolve. I mean, this is an all-stock deal. It's expensive. $7.5 billion is a lot of money.
Yep.
Their last valuation was $2 billion, so they paid a premium to own this business.
Yep.
And we'll see. I don't know the financials of the business. They haven't shared it yet. But I think it's just important to note that don't sleep on some of these big guys.
Yeah.
Because like GE is a bad example. They're falling apart.
Yeah.
Like this company that was always considered one of the great American companies is on the verge of complete meltdown.
Yeah.
But Microsoft has continued to kind of reinvent themselves, and now the stock's at an all-time high.
You got to evolve.
Got it.
Evolve or die, no matter how big you are.
Yeah.
Okay, Supreme Court case with this baker.
Yeah. Bake me a... Don't bake me a cake.
Yeah, what the heck? I can't believe that. I'm pretty surprised.
So the Supreme Court just ruled that there was a case where a baker, based on religious beliefs, refused to bake a cake for a gay wedding, for a couple that was having a gay wedding.
Yeah.
And this went to the Supreme Court, saying that that was unjust. Supreme Court ruled in favor of the baker, saying it is his religious freedom to choose to act like this.
Yeah. I know that there's probably a lot of backlash for the opinion, but I think that's ridiculous.
That the baker
is supported.
I don't know. I don't really, first of all, I don't really have an opinion on it.
But can you run like a religious bakery? Can you run can you say I only do Christian values here and cupcake and super good icing that only fall if it's a Christian? If not,
what's a good name
you're out
for
of
that?
here. It's called, oh man, I can't.
Holy cakes.
Oh yeah, Christ cakes. What if you go in and you say I want some sort of Muslim celebration? Can they say no?
According to this guy, you can.
Seems crazy. That means that what is the line?
Well, that's what they're going to have to define now, because they're saying that because of this baker's religious beliefs, he's allowed to refuse the business.
Okay, so where's the line? Like, where can I say, well, it's my beliefs?
If I was a businessman, I would go open a gay bakery right next to that guy.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
A gakery.
Yeah.
And just right next door.
Right next door.
Everyone come here.
Yeah.
This is called Not Angry at the World Bakery.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you? I don't know. I just
don't understand why you turned down business. Someone wants to make a cake, just make his goddamn cake.
Because you're so angry. You're just angry and you hate the world. I just think that like where I don't like anything that there's a potential line of now how do you choose who you serve and not?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If a Muslim opened a bakery and said, I only serve Muslims and you guys are the enemy. You are the enemy. It'd be burnt to the ground.
Yeah.
It just feels backwards to
I
me.
want to start a bakery where I won't serve stupid people.
Well, guess what? You're going out of business. Quick. Real quick.
I have to open it on the campus of Stanford.
And you still only have a few months. I don't know. It feels like it's going backwards. It feels like, I don't know. It just feels so stupid and like childish.
It's such a waste of mental, like I'm mad that we're talking about it. I'm mad that the Supreme Court is wasting time on freaking bakery crap. It's so stupid to me.
Because you don't like gays? What did it say? Like, congratulations, Tom and Jim? It didn't say something crazy, right? Right? Did you see the one where they wouldn't put summa cum laude or whatever in the, because it said cum, and they wrote summa blank laude because the word cum, but it was cum laude.
Stupid.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I want everyone to just think about what they're thankful for, what is great about the world, how we can all just kind of love each other a little better. And last but not least, does the Solo movie, it's a tank, it's a bomb?
It's a bomb. Star Wars bombed this franchise.
What are the numbers?
So
$250 to make.
It said they cost $250 to make. I think they're around $150 in US and Canada.
Yeah.
Which is shocking for a movie like that and that franchise, which is always record. I mean, I haven't seen Star Wars since the 80s, so I'm a bad judge.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care what they're doing, who they're fighting, Chewbacca, whomever.
I mean, how many different times can you rewrite the story?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
I think there is fatigue. I also think they were banking on Childish Gambino being a much bigger star.
Yeah.
And he's just not quite there yet.
Yeah, and I also think that all the attention was on him. Was on This Is America, even
Do you think that polarized some audience where it's just like, this guy is a radical guy?
I don't as much. You want to know what, to be honest? I feel like I'm pretty in touch with what's going on. I'm a huge fan of Childish Gambino, and the fan, it's gone way up in the last few months. Big fan of This America. I had no idea that he starred in that movie. I asked before we started. I said, who's the star of that? And even the people here who are also really in touch said, it's the guy from...
the what video?
From the America. But I just think he got actually so much shine. I believe that if the press would have started for it now, and it would have been he's starring in the next, this is crazy. Yeah. He did all this and now he's a movie star. But it happened kind of, I don't know. I didn't even know it happened. I'm also not a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, I mean, I was just surprised. I was curious to see how it would do because they made all the ads was him front and center by himself. So I think they were banking on this guy's going, or maybe they're hoping to bring out his audience.
Yeah.
But I don't, I'm his audience in music. I watch Atlanta. I listen to the music, but I'm never going to go watch Star Wars.
True.
Ever. I don't care.
Also, maybe stop writing different versions of the same story. Maybe we're done.
Yeah. What are they doing in those movies at this point?
They're shooting lasers at each other and stuff. And I'm your father. And Wookiees.
Who's watching Star Wars?
I don't know. Listen, guys, that's it for us. We're doing a giveaway. We promised a giveaway. We're doing a giveaway. If you made it this long, if you made it through the entire episode, you get to reap the rewards.
Woo!
All you have to do is write your favorite line from Kanye's new album.
Yeah.
You can attach why. You can make it funny. You can be creative. There's not really any stipulations, but we want to know how you're feeling about the album. We want to know your favorite line. We want to know what you guys are thinking. Do that, and we're going to pick two of you.
Yep.
We're going to send you a combo super package of Grande AC, Everything Menlo 5'4", as well as Young and Reckless. We'll make the value a minimum of $500.
Wow.
Why not, right?
Yeah, sure.
5 here, 5 here.
Yeah.
And we'll send it out. We'll hit you up. We'll send it out. So comment below, favorite line. Also tell us what you think of the show. Ask us any questions you have. Get involved.
I'm going to comment my line too. I'm going to put it there.
Maybe you'll win.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll win $500 worth of Young and Reckless.
That'll save me money on shipping.
Very true. Guys, thank you so much. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep watching. We'll be back next week.
This is Jamaica.
This is Jamaica.